It's time for Point of View with Ms. Shirley Polk. I'd like to keep the whole world Hello, 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 hello. Thank you so much for being here with me. This is Point of View with Ms. Shirley Polk. It's such a wonderful blessing. I am thankful to God for what He has done, what He is doing, everything, everything, everything. He is a wonderful, awesome, awesome God. And I am grateful to Him because of who He is. It's such a blessing. Dear God, as I sit before you to speak, I pray to you that my soul you will keep. And if I should die before I finish, I pray to you, dear God, in the name of Jesus, that any outstanding sins will be forgiven. Amen. When someone tries to change your vision, have you ever been in a place where someone has tried to change your vision? Has that ever happened to you? You've told someone your plans, or someone sees you're moving on with your life, and it seems that they want to try to change your vision. You said, this is what I am planning to do. This is what I am going to do. And people try to change your vision. Has it ever happened to you? I'm pretty sure most of us have experienced that, where people have just tried to change our vision, thought they knew better for us than we know for ourselves. So let's get right on into it. I'm going to first talk about how to develop your vision, your goals, and then I'm going to talk about some of the reasons why people try to interfere, try to alter your vision. Okay? Remember, this is your vision. So let's get right on into it. And then we're going to talk about smart ways to handle people who don't believe in your vision. Then there are going to be 4 reasons why people may try to discourage your vision. And that is going to be the snowballeffect.com. 4 reasons why people may try to discourage your vision. That's the snowballeffect.com. I want to make sure that I give the information to these sites, and community.thriveglobal.com. 12 smart ways to handle people who don't believe in your vision. I want you to get all of that. And then we're going to scienceofpeople.com. And I believe I've been on this site before, at least once. There are 10 steps to reinvent yourself and realize your potential. Then, if I get to it, uh, slowself.co/the art of creating a vision to change your life. So that is slowself.co. Okay. Then, if we get to it, 10 strategies to create a vision for your life and stick to it. Empowering steps and for personal growth and fulfillment. And this will be in aspireatlas.com. Oh, there's so much here, and I am just so grateful. The Lord is good. He is good. He is worthy to be praised. And you know, I have no inhibitions about saying that. So we're going to get right on into where we are going today, okay? When someone tries to change your vision, thank you so much for being here with me. Now, We're going to go to 10 steps to reinvent yourself and realize your potential. This is scienceofpeople.com. 10 steps. And let's go on. And this is by Vanessa Van Edwards. And she released this January 12th on the site 2024. Okay. And in our table of contents here, we're going to, uh, are you stuck in the middle? Overcoming an obstacle, constantly thinking my life is over. Okay. Then this ultimate guide is for you. It's for you. So let's see here. Okay, yes, let's go right ahead. So she's going to show how to reinvent yourself. And I know, some of you probably teach and write and all of that, but there are so many people who don't, and they are looking for and exploring some ways to help. So I am helping as much as I possibly can. So she interviewed Todd Herman, who's the author and bestseller of the book, The Alter Ego Effect, The Power of Secret Identities to Transform Your Life. And so she said he's worked with elite performers like in sports and business over 2 decades, and is a master of transforming people. So we're going to go there. When it's alter ego, we're not thinking about people with these negative, alter egos, different personalities with multiple personalities and all that. This is in a positive way, okay? A positive way. So, what does it mean to reinvent yourself? Reinventing yourself means to change parts of yourself that you don't like or are no longer serving you. So it could mean changing your profession, it could mean changing your bad habits, your traits, or even pursuing new skills. If you feel like you want to reinvent yourself, it might be because of one of two reasons. And what are these reasons? Number one, you realize you're in the wrong path, career, or relationship. So this means that you have been climbing the wrong ladder. Number two, you realize you are in the wrong path, career, or relationship. This means you have been climbing the wrong ladder. Okay, I'm repeating number one. Number two, you realize you are not climbing fast enough. You have a goal, but it seems unattainable. Oh, yes, we're going to get into this, huh? Oh, yes. So the bottom line is, if you want to reinvent yourself, you're looking for a change, okay? And so we're going to help through these authors here on these sites, okay? We're going to give the information, and we encourage you to go through the information and go to these sites and reread, and you can choose what is beneficial to you, okay? That is beneficial to you and for you. So how long does it take? Here's a question. And we are on scienceofpeople.com. That's the website. How long does it take to reinvent yourself? On average, it takes about 66 days to reinvent yourself. How many of you heard that before? Hmm. On average, it takes about 66 days to reinvent yourself. In a fascinating 2009 study by health psychology researcher Philippa Lilly, 90 96 volunteers chose an eating, drinking, or activity behavior like drinking a bottle of water with lunch or running 15 minutes before dinner to change for the following 12 weeks. Every day, these volunteers reported if they performed the behavior and how automatic it felt doing so. The results found that on average, it takes 66 days before a behavior becomes automatic. Isn't that some great information? On average, it takes 66 days through research in 2009, okay? On average, it takes 66 days to change your behavior until it becomes automatic. And that is so true because I've changed. I've studied. I study so many articles, materials, so much, so that I can be prepared, first of all, for my life in a positive way, and then to relay it to you, to you. So it is true that things become automatic. And I know that I changed, and through reading a health book, and this book is very good, is Back to Eden. And in that book, the author, the researcher, Jethro Kloss, Kloss, gave us very good information about your eating habits and your cycle of eating. And one thing I picked up, and it's automatic now, been automatic, is that while you're eating, you consume all of your solid food before you drink your beverage. Drink your beverage after you have consumed your food. Okay? And that helps with digestion. And it's a fact. It's a fact. It's a proven fact. It's automatic with me now. That when you have your, how should I say that? When your waste passes through your system, then it's not all broken up. Okay? Okay. I know you get that. It's solid, and it comes through, and it comes through easier. And I thank God to this day I've never had digestive problems. But since I've been doing that for years, I can tell the difference. And you understand what I'm saying? Your bowels are not broken up, and they come out mostly in a solid. Okay, so 66 days, and that's one of the things. And another thing is exercising. And my exercise is just like automatic. I know that every day, I say every day, they say some people say 3 times a week, whatever, but I know that I need to exercise, especially after a meal, especially after a meal. Get up and move around, get up and move around, and you can tell the difference. When you eat, you get up and move around, then we belch that air from chewing and swallowing. It starts coming up, and that's healthy for you. Okay, so there are so many things. If we practice these things that are good for us, they will work. So this doesn't mean total reinvention will happen in 66 days. To drastically alter your circumstances slash your wealth slash your traits can take many more months or even years. So don't take this 66 days as definite change your whole life, okay? Because you heard it said it could take more months, it could take e- uh, even more years, but there are some things that you can work on now. And those things that I started working on and making sure I study and oh, it's so much. And I just thank God that He's blessed me to have these automatic things. I just do them. And even in my prayer life, I am praying when I realize it, I'm praying automatic. When you practice it, it becomes an automatic thing in your life, okay? There are 10 steps to reinvent yourself. Are you on a fast track to reinvent yourself? Some people are, because those of us who are three score, 10 plus on cruise control, we might be a little on a faster track than those who might be in their early teens, their early 20s, and like that. Okay, so are you on a fast track to reinvent yourself? So here's some unique tips that you can try. And the author says, I hope they can help you as much as they helped me. Now, here we go with this alter ego. Create your alter ego. Create your alter ego. Now, studies show that trying to picture yourself in the future is difficult. People who envision a future self actually start thinking of someone completely different. The phrase alter ego is Latin for other I, okay? The letter I meaning me, other I, okay? According to Roman philosopher Cicero, an alter ego is a second self, a trusted friend. You hear that? Now, Cicero says that an alter ego, that's ALTER, okay? Ego is a second self, a trusted friend. So we're in the positive here, okay? So, in other words, it is someone else you can bring into your own mind and have a conversation with. How about that? So, for example, if you want to cultivate compassion and kindness, you might envision Mr. Rogers as your alter ego. Or if you want to become more entrepreneurial, okay, you might pull as inspiration from successful people like Oprah or Warren Buffett. And I think that's Warren Buffett who just said that he is retiring. That's this week, I believe. But he's still going to have some duties in his company. But he's planning to retire at almost 90 years old, if he's not already 90. Okay, after egos work, alter egos work, because they help you disassociate from your limiting beliefs about yourself. You might be overly critical of yourself, but if you visualize yourself as someone with strong or altruistic values like Bill Gates, it'll be much easier to fuse your beliefs with others. Now, you can think of some person you admire, some person that motivates you, some person that uh, inspires you, okay? Doesn't have to be Bill, it doesn't have to be Oprah, all right? It doesn't have to be Warren Buffett, but these are great examples, okay? But I look at my mommy, I look at my daddy, and my papa, grandma, grandmother, all of the people who came before me, even my grandfather that I never knew. And that's my mother's father, Louis Butler. From hearing about his life, that's an inspiration to me of how strong he was and how when he made up his mind, then he was going to do what his mind was made up to do. Okay, strong willed. All right, so a great example of how alter egos are used in real life can be seen with the famous pop musician Halsey. Halsey wasn't actually born Halsey. Her real name is Ashley Nicolette Frangipane. Excuse me. First time I've heard her name, okay? It's Frangipane. So she came up with the public name Halsey to reinvent herself and become someone completely different. And Ashley, Halsey, please forgive me for stumbling over your name. All right? I apologize. So here's a quote here by Halsey. I had to become somebody completely different. At the time, I felt that Ashley didn't deserve to be famous and successful because she wasn't that special. But if I made Halsey, maybe she could be. And that's by Halsey. Oh, that is wonderful. So find your alter ego character by doing some quick brainstorming. Find your alter ego character by doing some quick brainstorming. Did you have any childhood idols? Are there any people, real or fictional, who have qualities you admire? If you can't think of anyone, is there someone you can make up to embody your values? Once you have your alter ego, go more in depth, analyze your chosen person. What do they do? Who are the people they spend time with? What does their daily routine look like? What habits do they practice? What does their life look like? What values do you share? What values would you like to share? Okay? So these are things about the alter ego. Then you go more in depth and then you analyze the person that you chose. All right? So visualize yourself being your alter ego during meditation. Conjure up your alter ego during times of stress or challenge and consult your alter ego when facing difficult situations in your life. And believe it or not, that is what really gets these performers who take on different names. I that come to mind. There's a young lady, awesome, beautiful voice, her. That's the stage name, her. And then there is another one who wears her hair face covered. I think mostly with hair. I cannot think of her name. Those alter egos. And so many people have these alter egos, and it helps them to do what they need to do in order to be successful. So, this is what we're talking about, okay? Visualize yourself being your alter ego during meditation. Conjure up your alter ego during times of stress or challenge, and consult your alter ego when facing difficult decisions in your life. You can even add a picture of them to your screensaver. Wear a clothing item that reminds you of them, or wear a special shirt to activate your alter ego. As long as it's positive, not a thing is wrong with that, okay? So over time, you might slowly become your alter ego. Your alter ego is incredibly powerful. Use this technique to your advantage. How about that? Use your alter ego's hobby. Look at, we're getting into it, aren't we? We're talking about when someone tries to change your vision. And in this, we're talking about how to reinvent yourself. Sometimes you have to reinvent yourself to a certain degree in order to do and function how you need to function and do what you need to do, okay? So use your alter ego's hobby. Sometimes it's hard to reinvent yourself if you feel stuck. The only way to get unstuck is to shake up your passions, your thoughts, and how you spend your time. Remember the role models and alter egos you outlined in the last step? Great. Now, research what their hobbies are. So, what does your role model read? What are your role models' hobbies? How does your role model spend their free time? Now, here's the key. Don't pick the ones you already do. Pick the ones that you have never tried. There's only one rule of show business or writing, and that's don't be boring. And that's a quote by Joyce Carol Oates. Okay? For example, the author said, one of my role models is a super talented writer, Joyce Carol Oates. Oates says that she hikes, excuse me, please, okay? Oates says that she hikes a big hill near her house. When she is stuck or has writer's block, she hikes that big hill. She says almost every time she has a great idea once she reaches the top. So the writer said, I loved this idea, so I found the biggest hill near my house. And when I am stuck, I hike it. So it's a rough one, but it totally works. And I think it works because Joyce Carol Oates told me it would. Okay, this is the writer talking. So, need some more ideas to spice up your life? All right, let's go on. Your key goals. You've got the fuel to become the best version of yourself, okay? How now you've got to aim at your top goals. Not just goals, but your top goals, okay? So if you haven't already, write down a list of your top 20 goals and then focus just on your top 3 to 5. Why only 3 or 5 or 3 to 5? And she said, I find it if people focus on too many, they tend to not accomplish anything. So it's better to be more focused on a few goals than many, and she is right. So these 3 to 5 goals are your key goals, okay? Goals that you must complete no matter what. So if you're having trouble finding your goals, no worries. Learn how to accomplish your goals using science. And she has this below. And she has goal setting class, okay? And then she goes on to tell you to write the goals down, stick them on your mirror, and recite them before you go to bed every single day. Now, once you have your top goals, set yourself up for success by setting up your life system. Now, how do we do this? Sit in solitude. If you're prone to feeling lonely, then you probably should skip this step, okay? This is what she's saying. So, however, if you're okay being alone, science shows there are a host of benefits that solitude can bring. But first, what's the difference between being alone and being in solitude? When you're alone, usually there's that negative connotation of being sad and unwanted. We want to avoid this. Solitude, on the other hand, is the positive feeling of knowing you're okay being alone. Now, studies show that being in solitude can help increase your feelings of freedom, creativity, intimacy, and spirituality. And she says, I find that just 10 minutes in solitude, away from the hobby, computer, and noisy neighbors, can really help me go inward. During this time of solitude, she says, I want you to focus on these questions. Why do I want to reinvent myself? What habits and choices would I have to say yes to? What habits and choices would I have to say no to? Will I stay the course even when it gets rough? Great question. So, when you sit in solitude, you'll be amazed at how much clearer your brain feels. Try going for longer periods of solitude to clear your mind even more and get away from the outside clutter. Oh, yes. Reinvent yourself professionally. Do you feel one of the following? Not challenged enough in your career, underpaid, overworked, or underappreciated, passionless in your work? Then perhaps it's time for a change. Whether you're 30, 40, or 50, a midlife career change is never out of the question. In fact, the average age someone switches careers is 39, according to a survey by Indeed. Okay? We've all, if we watch television, even on our devices, we see ads from Indeed, okay? So, and even if you're not in your later years yet, a job change can help propel you to where you want to be by the time you get there. First, get your brain juices flowing. If you haven't decided on your career switch already, read all about the 10 happiest jobs to get some inspiration. Second, prepare your resume. Build a rock solid recession proof resume that'll impress even the pickiest job recruiters. Third, set up your LinkedIn profile. Avoid buzzwords. Post thematic updates, optimize your audience, and more with these lovely LinkedIn tips, okay? Fourth, brush up on yourself. Craft your body language so it radiates professionalism. Ask the best standout interview questions and know what to say when you inevitably get asked. What do you do? Fifth, start networking. Reach out through real life networking events or go online to network and increase your career changing idols. The bottom line is, I know, says the author, a career change can be scary, but there are also massive opportunities awaiting if you can get over your fear. So, ready to level up your life? You can learn how to create your own professional development plan, and they have a video here on scienceofpeople.com. They have a video to help you out. Okay? Now, next, dress for success. The clothes you wear can greatly affect your success. Are you wearing clothes that reflect success and professionalism? In a fascinating 2014 study, you see these studies keep coming up. In a fascinating 2014 study published in the Journal of Experimental Psychology, researchers studied male subjects who wore either a suit, sweats, or their normal outfit and then began a negotiation with a partner. The results? Those who dressed professionally made more profitable deals, and those who dressed down had lower testosterone levels. Hmm. Shocking, right? How you dress can literally change how you feel. Dress like the person you want to become. That's a great tip. And here's some pro tips here. Colors can also change the way you feel. For example, did you know combat fighters in the 2004 Olympics who wore red won more than fighters who wore blue? You can learn more about the psychology of color. Color psychology. What colors should you wear and why? And I remember someone told me once when you write a letter to someone, it's in correspondence, that the colors of the paper, they affect the mood and the reception of the people who receive that correspondence, that letter, whatever you send them. And I do that. I do that. Social survival skills. Are you stuck doing routine things you absolutely dread? Picking up the children from school, staying at home and not being able to travel, being forced to work on a project nobody wants to do. You need to develop some survival skills. Developing survival skills means taking whatever you have and changing it to your advantage. And you can use the routine activities to create opportunity. You have to pick up the children from school. Use this opportunity to befriend some of the parents. Perhaps the parents' children start befriending your children. This could possibly lead to forming new fun clubs. Both the parents and the children could attend. You have to stay at home without traveling. Start an online side hustle. Generate passive income. Use that money to build a retirement fund. You have to work on an undesirable project. Find out the skills required to master the project. Master those skills better than anyone else on your team. Become an expert and be indispensable. So, hopefully, you get the idea. So, we're going to go ahead and go to our next site. All right. 10 strategies to create a vision for your life and stick to it. We won't go there. But here we are going to 4 reasons why people may try to discourage your vision, and 12 smart ways to handle people who don't believe in your vision. So here are 4 reasons. So we're getting into it. I just wanted to help sometimes you have to reinvent yourself to a certain degree in order to do what you have and to accomplish that goal you have set. Okay, and be successful, that your vision is successful. This is May 31st, 2015. 4 reasons why people may try to discourage your vision. Remember, there is an oak tree in every acorn. And this came from the book, The Snowball Effect: How to Build Positive Momentum in Your Life. How to build positive momentum in your life. And this site is the snowballeffect.com. All right. Determine that the thing can be determined that the thing can and shall be done, and then we shall find the way. And this is a quote by Abraham Lincoln. So, have you ever had anyone try to discourage your dream? I'm pretty sure you have. Laugh at you, tell you that you are not capable, tell you that it is beyond your reach. Well, the author here says, I have, and I have too. Have you? So I have actually had someone tell me that my vision, this is the author talking, was ridiculous. She laughed in my face and told me to come back down to earth. I remember her smirk vividly. No, I did not listen to her and give up. Quite the contrary. Her reaction motivated me. It inflamed my passion. And do you, the commercial that's playing now on the networks about the emu, when he's leaving home, and that man said, "You're just a flightless bird." And then 5 years later, he said, "That bird did it." That reminds me of this. So growing up, the writer said, I was blessed to have been raised with an I can do whatever it is I set my mind to do mindset. And that's how we were raised too. My parents believed in me and helped me to believe in myself and my abilities. I grew up thinking that I could do just about anything unless it involved singing. That's so now ours does involve singing. Okay, so uh, I mean we can do that too. Thanks be to God. So trust me, the author says. You do not want me trying out for American Idol. If you have ever seen the movie My Best Friend's Wedding and remember Cameron Diaz singing karaoke, you get the picture. She said, I sound a little bit like a cat in the shower. So while I have always been an optimistic person, I am also aware of my strengths and limitations. And that's where it's supposed to be. Be aware of your strengths and your limitations, and the things will go a lot smoother if we're aware of those, okay? So, some limitations, she said, I have just accepted, singing being one of them. Instead of trying to be the next Kelly Clarkson, I choose to expand on my strong areas. Unfortunately, many people were not raised with the you can do whatever it is you set out to do mindset, and others have tried to discourage them. So if this has been the case for you, I want you, and I do too, along with the author, okay, to know that their discouragement may have everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. Most of the time, when someone tries to discourage you from your vision, it is due to one of these four things, three of which have nothing to do with you. They lack vision themselves. They are threatened by you. They are jealous of you. And then this one, you expect immediate success without preparation. So that's on you. Okay. So they lack vision themselves. Here we go. Many times people will discourage you from following your dreams because they lack vision. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate it. People who lack vision or have limited vision are not able to support your vision. They don't understand it. Because of their limited vision, they stop short of achieving their dreams. And because they have not been able to achieve their dreams, they cannot conceptualize your dreams coming into fruition. So, what they do not understand is that they were the ones who stood in the way of their own dreams. This is tight and it is right. They do not realize that you are different from them and will not stand in the way of your own unless you listen to them. They have created their own reality. You do not want these discouragers to create yours. They do not have the vision to do so. They do not believe in themselves, so they can't believe in you. Okay? Now, the next one is they are threatened by you. There are four reasons. Okay, three of these don't have anything to do with you. Okay? These are theirs. They are threatened by you. Another reason people may discourage your vision is that they are threatened by you. The better you do, the worse they feel about themselves. Their self worth is based on an external focus of control. Okay? Now I'm going to see if this word is a word right here, and then I'll come back and correct myself if it is. Okay, it is. It is a word. Okay, locus, Locus, a particular position, point, or place, the effective or perceived location of something abstract. Let me go back then. I'll say, okay. Now I'll go back and reread that. Their self worth is based on an external locus of control. They view their self worth in relation to everything outside of themselves. That means they compare themselves to you, and if they perceive you are better than them in any way, their sense of self worth decreases. The ego of the discourager can't take such an injury. They will consciously or unconsciously hold you back in order to protect their own fragile ego. Their discouragement is 100% about them and 0% about you. It is not personal. The last thing you want to do is listen to the discourager and hold yourself back from being the best that you can be when the discourager is reacting in self protection mode. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. This is so good, isn't it? This is so good. Reasons people try to discourage your vision. Next, they are jealous of you. One of the most common reasons for someone to stump on your vision is jealousy. They want what you have, and it kills them to think of your having more. They may be jealous of your job, jealous of your values, jealous of your work ethic, jealous of your appearance, jealous of how happy you seem, jealous of whatever. Even if you have been pretty down on yourself and don't think of anything that they would be jealous of, trust me, trust us, okay? There is plenty. They see things in you that they want, things you can't even see in yourself. They may secretly think that you can achieve your dream and therefore try to discourage it. This may be conscious, but many times discouragers are totally unaware of their own motivations. You hear that? Sometimes they don't even know what they're doing, but they're doing it. Jealousy is as cruel as the grave. Now, that's in the Bible. They may convince themselves that your vision is ridiculous, having no idea that deep down they are intensely jealous of you. Then here's the fourth one. You expect immediate success. Remember, they said to have an alter ego, to develop an alter ego, it takes an average of 66 days. So nothing like this happens just instant, okay? Instantly. So you expect immediate success. So this could be what you are. The first three don't apply to you, but this one does. Okay. And like the writer is saying, and said earlier, discouragement is rarely personal and usually has nothing to do with you. But there are some expectations. Someone may discourage you because you expect immediate success without taking the baby steps needed in order to get there. You want it now without preparation. In that case, your vision may be unrealistic or premature. And then some people try to help us out when they see these things going on. And sometimes we might perceive it as them trying to change our vision and stop us. But then some people who have done this before might see something that could help us. So we have to really be wise and we have to be attentive to people, their personalities, and their relationships with us, okay? So, you want it now without preparation. In that case, your vision may be unrealistic or premature. What may be possible in the long run may not be realistic right now. So, if my vision is to play in the NBA next season, and I have never played a game of basketball in my life, I may need a reality check. My plan to play in the NBA next season may have left out the first, second, third, and possibly 100th step to get there. Maybe someone is discouraging you because you're not willing to do the work to make some dream a reality. There we go. Okay. So if my dream is to sing the national anthem at the Super Bowl next year, and I can't carry a tune or sound like a cat in the shower, I may want to reevaluate my vision or sign up for some voice lessons. So if my vision is to run my first marathon a month from now and I am unable to run 1 mile, someone may discourage me from signing up for the race. This discouragement is probably not because he or she is threatened, jealous, or has no vision. It may be because I have not taken the steps to prepare myself for such a race. I did not say it. My point of view was right on point. So if you have a vision, and you're willing to do the work necessary to get there, don't allow other people to contaminate your dream with negativity. Please don't, okay? Their negativity belongs to them. If you want to have, or if you want to move past mediocrity and gain positive momentum in your life, you must shield yourself from the negative. You have to. You have to shield yourself from the negative. And if you have that alter ego, you make sure that that alter ego includes that, okay? All right. So it is negativity that fertilizes the destructive downhill boulder. You must conceive what you want, break it down into baby steps, put it into action, and associate with supportive others. Okay? Associate with supportive others. This, my friend, will get you moving in an extraordinary direction. And an excerpt from the Snowball Effect, How to Build Positive Momentum in Your Life. It's written by Christian Barton Cuthriell, MEDMSW, LCSW. All right. If you go to this site, you can leave a reply. I am so thankful for this site. Thank you so much for that information, author. Okay, Christian Barton Cuthriell. Thank you so much. That's Cuthriell is her last name. All right. So, we're doing well here. We are doing so well. Yes. Now we'll start this 12 smart ways to handle people who don't believe in your vision. There are some concrete ways you can cope with criticisms and negativity so you can achieve your professional goals. And this is by Scott Gerber. It's by Scott Gerber. And it says, we might be able to get through this, okay? As you start to move forward on your life's path, you may have a clear vision of your future and career. However, not everyone may share this vision initially. So it can be challenging to handle objections and doubts from others, particularly when you're still trying to establish yourself or your business. So to find out what kinds of approaches work when trying to tackle this issue, we asked members of the Young Entrepreneur Council the following questions. So while you may have a vision of your future, not everyone may share it initially. So, what is the concrete way you can handle naysayers, especially early on in your career? So, here's what I was asked. Ask yourself where it's coming from. Don't make decisions to please others. Stay accountable to yourself. Number three. Counter it with clear examples and data. Number four. Number five, build a roadmap to your vision. All right. My goodness, this is good. Number six, invite them to join you in brainstorming. Number seven, listen critically. Number eight, let your results speak for themselves. I know that's right. Number nine, surround yourself with supporters. It never fails. It's in every one of these articles. Number 10, pick your bottles. Pick your bottles or your battles. Excuse me. That A looks like an O. Pick your battles, okay? Not everyone has to agree with your career path, and not everyone is going to, and that's okay. So remember to pick your battles, okay? Number 11, focus on your goals. Number 11, I thought that was 12. Number 11, focus on your goals. Okay, so they said 12, but I only see 11 here. So when you have a vision for the future, you can't let naysayers drag you down. The best advice I could give is if you have a vision, chase it. There are plenty of opportunities out there up for grabs. Don't let negative people impact your dreams for the future. Keep your nose down and focus. And this is by Syed Balkai, WP, WP Beginner. So this site is community.thriveglobal.com. Community.thriveglobal.com. Thank you so much for being here with me. I truly appreciate you, and we are on time here today. I love you so much, and I pray and trust that the Lord will bless and keep you. And we're praying for the Moore family. And I understand. I was talking to my cousin Linda today, and she was on her way. They took Moses home to Denison, so that's what she said. That's what she said to me. So uh, I trust and pray, and keeping the Moore family in our prayers, and also remembering the Terrell schools reunion there, the Langston and Walton schools reunion, and now they've expanded it and invited people that went to senior high and all of that. Even though we went to Denison High School after they closed our school, Terrell, and I was in the 10th grade when we went to Denison High School, but now it's open to people, I guess, any year you can come. But I always look forward to it because since I've been going, faithfully. I have enjoyed every one because it's always really, really, really good and well planned. I love you so much. Enjoy the remainder of your day, evening, night, afternoon, morning, midday, whichever it is. I love you so much, and I truly appreciate you for being here with me. God loves you, and you know I can't love you more than God, but I love you. I love you. Thank you for joining me on Point of View with Miss Shirley Polk. Join us next time, Tuesdays and Thursdays, beginning at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Let us hear from you.